When everything we know and believe starts to crumble, what's left? In that moment, the mind searches for answers, trying to cling to what's familiar, but the emptiness arises, a quiet presence, waiting to be understood. What if that emptiness isn't a void, but a gateway to something greater, something beyond the known? It's in this space between what was and what is yet to come that we find the essence of emptiness. It's not an end, but the beginning of a deep inner journey, where possibilities are endless. As we pass through it, we leave behind what no longer serves us, making room for a new way of being. What could this emptiness reveal about who we truly are? The meaning of emptiness. Emptiness is often misunderstood, seen as a void, a lack of meaning or substance. However, it's in this nothingness that infinite possibilities converge, where the universe reshapes itself into new forms. Emptiness is the pause before the next step, a space where the true essence can finally emerge. This empty space isn't the end, but a prelude to transformation. By embracing it, we realize it's an invitation to start fresh, free from old patterns. Emptiness prepares us for what's new, for what's yet to come. What might you discover when you let go of the fear of the unknown? The introspective journey. There's a hidden power in the state of emptiness, a force that can only be felt when we allow ourselves to pause and look within. It's as if, by stepping into this space, we can break free from the mental constructs that shape our limited view of the world. In this quiet place, the path to a new way of being begins. Far from being a threat, emptiness is an opportunity to rebuild from what truly matters. It invites us to let go of what weighs us down so we can move forward lighter, more open to what's ahead. What could be revealed if you let go of everything you think you know? Emptiness from a spiritual perspective. At the universe's most fundamental level, emptiness isn't an absence but the very raw material of fullness. It's the silent space that gives birth to everything, holding creation and destruction in harmonious balance. This emptiness is necessary for the new to arise, for the whole to bloom. Spiritual traditions like Taoism and Buddhism see emptiness as the fertile ground where wisdom grows. It's within this space that true peace can manifest, far from worldly distractions. What can be discovered when you dive into this deep spiritual silence? Emptiness in spiritual traditions. In Taoism, emptiness is the essence of the Tao, the space where true harmony and peace reside. It's not something to be filled but a state to be achieved. In this silence, the soul finds its balance and recognizes the natural flow of life. Emptiness is both the beginning and the end of the cycle, a space of deep connection. In Buddhism, emptiness reveals the interdependence of all things, where nothing is fixed or permanent. Everything is in constant transformation, and by understanding this, we free ourselves from the chains of the ego. In Western philosophy, emptiness is often seen as a human condition that leads to the freedom to create our own meaning in life. What could be created from this infinite space of possibilities? Liberation from mental constructs. Breaking free from the mental constructs that shape our identity and worldview is an act of courage. The ego, always resistant to change, builds a barrier that keeps us from seeing beyond what we already know. But when we begin to question these limiting beliefs, we start to make room for something new and transformative. The freedom that comes from releasing these mental chains is immeasurable. By letting go of these structures, we become lighter, more aligned with the truth that exists beyond appearances. What could happen if we let go of these illusions and embraced uncertainty? The process of emptying. Emptying is a process of unlearning, of letting go of everything we've accumulated over a lifetime that shapes our perception of reality. By removing these layers, we begin to see the interconnectedness of all things, an invisible web that links us to everything in existence. It's like opening a window to let in a fresh breeze, revitalizing what once felt stagnant. When these constructs are removed, a clarity emerges, not just a mental clarity, but an existential one. Emptying ourselves is, therefore, preparing for the new, for what the conditioned mind has yet to grasp. What are you ready to unlearn to make space for this new awareness? Wisdom and intuition in emptiness. In the deep silence that emerges from emptiness, intuition shows up as a subtle guide, carrying with it a wisdom that transcends rational thought. It's in this state of stillness that answers appear, not through effort, but by simply allowing ourselves to hear what's always been there, waiting to be acknowledged. Meditation and silence are gateways to this inner wisdom, where the mind stops struggling and surrenders to the truth that comes from within. By accessing this stillness, we become more receptive to intuition, a source of knowledge that goes beyond words. What could be revealed when we silence the noise around us? Detachment and harmony with the flow of life. Detachment is the key to living in harmony with the natural flow of life. When we free ourselves from rigid expectations and the obsessions we carry, we make room for a more authentic existence. Emptiness teaches us to let go, to flow with what is, without resistance, like a river effortlessly following its course. This harmony brings a sense of lightness, where we stop fighting against the currents and instead begin to ride them. By letting go, we allow life to reveal its true rhythm. What can you release right now to start living more in tune with the natural flow? The practice of emptying for inner peace. Emptying the mind of accumulated mental clutter is like clearing out an internal space, making it fertile ground for wisdom and peace to grow. By removing the thoughts and emotions that weigh us down, we create new room for serenity and clarity. This process is a constant practice, a daily care for what we allow to enter and stay in our minds. Techniques like meditation and journaling are powerful tools to release this built-up mental noise. By writing down what troubles us or simply sitting in silence, we start to clear this sacred space within. What could be released if you started this practice of emptying? The practice of mindfulness. Maintaining a state of emptiness is a constant challenge in a world full of distractions, but the practice of mindfulness offers a path forward. Being present in the moment, without allowing mental clutter to accumulate, helps us preserve this inner clarity. Through mindfulness, we cultivate the ability to observe without judgment, to be here, now. This full presence isn't just a practice, it's a lifestyle. By keeping our attention on the present, we avoid being swept away by past worries or future anxieties. What would it be like to live each moment with a clear mind and a light heart, free from distractions? Living in harmony with the natural flow of life. In Taoism, the concept of Wu Wei teaches us to act without force, in perfect harmony with the natural flow of life. When we stop trying to control everything, we discover that life has its own rhythm, and by aligning ourselves with it, we find a deep sense of peace. Emptiness helps us realize that we don't always have to fight, often, we just need to allow things to unfold. Responding with awareness instead of reacting impulsively is one of the secrets to living in harmony. It's in this state of acceptance that we find balance, where there's no need for unnecessary interference. How would your life change if you simply let things flow? Emptiness as a path to inner freedom. Emptiness leads us to true freedom, a freedom that isn't dictated by external circumstances but comes from inner liberation. By emptying ourselves of the ego's grip and of expectations, we discover that real freedom isn't about control, it's about surrender. Emptiness is the space where the soul can expand without limits, without fear of losing what was never truly ours. Overcoming the ego is the first step toward rediscovering our deepest essence. When emptiness surrounds us, it frees us from the limitations we place on ourselves, opening up a new horizon of possibilities. Who could you become if you weren't bound by the demands of the ego? Emptiness as a strategy against stress and anxiety. Embracing emptiness offers a refuge from stress and anxiety, creating an inner space where calm and focus can thrive. By letting go of the pressures imposed by the outside world, we gain a fresh perspective on what truly matters. Emptiness is like a silent pause in the midst of chaos, a moment to breathe and recalibrate. In this space, our relationship with time shifts. Urgencies stop feeling overwhelming, and priorities naturally realign. By practicing emptiness, we start to see what deserves our attention and what can be left behind. What could you prioritize if you allowed yourself to clear away the mental clutter? The transformative power of emptiness has the potential to deeply change the way we live and interact with the world. By embracing emptiness, we find a path back to our true selves, away from the distractions and noise of everyday life. Emptiness isn't a void, it's an invitation to a fuller life, connected to what really matters. Are you ready to begin this journey of clearing out? What are you willing to let go of to find true inner peace? I encourage you to reflect on this and start applying these practices in your daily life. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to keep learning more about this path of transformation. Have you ever wondered why so many people struggle to change their external lives without success? The truth that few are willing to accept is that real change starts from the inside out. The world tells us to focus on the external, our bodies, our jobs, our relationships. But as long as the inside is in chaos, nothing we do on the outside will bring peace or satisfaction. It's like trying to clean a window from the outside when all the dirt is on the inside. What if I told you there's a simple way to clean your inner world and, as a result, completely transform your outer reality? The answer is more counterintuitive than you might think, and the rewards could come faster than you expect.